Okay, so I'm a little bit late getting to a couple of these as far as just seeing them myself, but I actually missed the whole Flame Totem rework announcement. So this was actually close to the beginning of the month. But yeah, so they're doing divine themed skills. So it has new mechanics that interact with consecrated ground and new visual effects to match. Okay. Guessing it's just going to be that kind of divine color, only fire coming out of it. In addition to the projectile speed and damage being rebalanced, Flame Totem's fiery projectiles will deal physical damage with half the damage converted to fire. Hmm. So is this the new uh, divine themed abilities? Is that just kind of what they're doing? Fizz to element? Hmm. I don't know how I feel about the conversion, but I mean, I guess if it's going to be like a divine thing, then they're doing the fizz based. I kind of wouldn't mind seeing just straight physical based skills that could be divine. That would be kind of interesting to have some just straight fizz spells that aren't like the Blade Vortex and a few things like that. I mean, half of this converted, and a lot of times you're going to convert anyway, but really, if it didn't have such a delay, the like explosive trap because it's physical actually sounds pretty interesting, but it's got a little bit of a delay and it's a trap at the same time, so kind of double delayed there. I don't know how I feel about that. Uh, while Flame Totem is active, it creates consecrated ground around its base. Okay, that kind of looks like a small area there, but we'll see how big that actually gets, maybe with increased area or something. Flame Totem's special consecrated ground also grants immunity to curses to you and your allies while they are standing in it. Okay, actually, maybe it doesn't need to be that big then. Consecrated ground itself is also changing. In addition to regenerating the life of you and your allies, it will also cause hits against enemies in the consecrated ground to have increased critical strike chance. Oh, so that's just consecrated ground. So if you do an Inquisitor now, you got higher crit. Hmm. And this will benefit the Flame Totem's critical strike chance against enemies near it, and your other skills against enemies near where you have placed your Flame Totem. So having a Flame Totem, kind of a damage increase. Hmm. Kind of help out crit builds that way, I guess. What else would I use? I mean, it's melee though. Probably gonna have. I mean, I guess there's another totem you could use for, say, a bow build. Yeah, I guess the only thing I could think of is probably using it for a bow build. Hmm. Okay. Cool. Yeah. So let's go ahead and look at the Stormburst rework. The most extreme changes being Stormburst. While you channel Stormburst, orbs of lightning are created around your target. So I'm guessing your mouse. While you channel, they jump towards your target. Okay, cool. So you can kind of guide them around. That's what's going on there in that picture. By moving where you target while you channel, you can direct them to enemies and create a swarm of electric death that lasts a few seconds. But if you stop channeling, then the orbs will detonate immediately in a large area, dealing a portion of their remaining damage. This lets short cast deal damage quickly in a sizable area. It'd be kind of interesting to do that with Stormcall, actually. Charge it up, let go. You'll have their explosion, and then you'll have the Stormcall explosion. Because they're right there, the skill is no longer projectile based, removing the requirements for additional projectile support. Instead, the skill is focused on being an area and duration skill. So kind of like if you were using the Winter Orb for cast while channeling with Ice Spear. There we go. Where they changed Ice Spear, you could do Winter Orb and Ice Spear together, and that worked pretty well. I'm guessing you, with this, looks like you're going to be able to do this and Stormcall. Um, it now deals hmm. It now deals physical damage. with half converted to lightning. Okay, so this is one of the divine skills then, I guess. Yeah, that's right. Okay. I mean, I guess to fit with the new divine aesthetic. Okay, yeah. Because these changes, the skill now benefits from some changes to the elemental passives near the Templar that now benefit spells that convert fizz to fire or lightning damage. Okay, that's going to be interesting to see those nodes. Kinda, I mean, Stormburst really didn't get used that much anyway, so I guess now it's kind of its own new skill, but that kind of does mess with things a little bit where I was just talking about using it with Stormcall, but it shouldn't be too bad. Still should work. It's just gonna probably not be as effective as I originally thought there with that. But yeah, looks kind of interesting. I'm kind of curious to see. Looks like a lot of those explosions definitely overlap. So depending on the, I mean, we'll just have to see the numbers to see how effective it's going to be. Kind of the same thing with Flame Totem. If they've really changed the numbers on it, depending on how fast it casts, a few things like that. It could be just, it could be good or it could be kind of So we'll see what happens. But yeah, let's go get into the new league announcement. Here we go. Okay, synthesis. So synthesis kind of looks blue. I originally thought, like when I saw the blue, I was like, oh my gosh, Harbinger stuff. But not quite. Let's go ahead and start with the trailer here. Yeah.
To be forgotten.
Okay, so I did watch this earlier because I just couldn't help myself. So now I'm just going to go straight into kind of breaking it down.
Worse than death. It is as though my very thoughts are breaking, fracturing into tiny splinters.
So his memories are falling apart. Looks like, you got a little time thing, so repair the memories, stabilizers, so I guess you gotta get from...
Save these memories. Preserve them.
Guess that's one.
But move swiftly.
And so yeah, it's gonna be like a time thing. The only thing I don't like about the time stuff is it's kind of like it kind of forces you into clear speed. And I'm kind of curious, does it like boot you out? Like what's the consequence of going too slow? That effect though, that effect looks...
In this realm, ideas may be manifested into reality.
So is this just more... I think this is just more like shaper type tech with the map device. I mean, that's what that looks like there in the middle. Okay, actually wait, I just passed up something really important. So this Chaos Orb, that mod didn't change. Guaranteed fizz damage, and then like, yeah, there you go. Crafted fizz percentage. Or chaos on just the fizz percentage. Now the question is, can you craft something that has a consistent mod like that? That is insane if you can also craft that at the same time. Yeah, this is... Ooh, man, some of the items that's going to be coming out of this. But then this,
synthesized into your very hand.
Like, that's an implicit. That's crazy. Which later in the video, there's another one. So, cool stuff there. Now here, that's a new, yeah, unless they decided to change Essence Strain entirely, but they talked about having some new spells and stuff anyway, so I'm guessing that's the new Chaos spell. Looks great though. Okay, that is 4 fireballs. So, Spell Echo, actually, yeah, I can't really tell what's on the fireball there, but yeah, I'm thinking Spell Echo got good. So if you can self cast and get some crazy stuff like that, that would be It might look a little insane though with some of the stuff. I don't know, but that looks like 4 fireballs at the same time. Just saying. Actually, yeah, let's see. Hmm. Oh, so I guess he cast it twice the first time? 'Cause there was just 2 on that last one. Okay, so that's a new cool looking thing. It's kind of like, it looks like Arc meets Blade Flurry, only it's like a big cannon in front of you. That'd be kind of cool. That one looks interesting. Okay, bow stuff. Just showing bosses, I guess. Unless I just missed something there. That guy looked pretty hype. Yeah, that's probably the boss. That would be intense. Okay, cool. Their animations have gotten really cool. The rest of it,
you will meet Cavus and help
there
him
we go.
recover his lost memories. Enter
So, yeah.
Cavus's memories and stabilize them by fighting your way to memory stabilizers before they decay.
He actually doesn't say anything about what if they do decay, but you just gotta
Connect
get to
these
the
memories
end.
together in the memory nexus to reach distant memories containing
Okay, what does this say? Okay, so that's mods. Paratus item chest. Okay, and that just has area level.
dangerous bosses and valuable rewards.
So you pick what kind of area you're going to be going through. Looks like that's kind of cool. So build your own memory dungeon. Interesting. So does this keep going? Like, I'm guessing it just keeps going on. So this is Delve 2.0.
Memories decay after a few runs, so plan your path carefully. Decaying memories yield fractured items with broken mods that are locked in.
Now that looks crazy. So the first one here, I'll pull it back a little bit. So you got attack speed and fizz damage on it guaranteed. Now granted, that's kind of a little bit of a low roll, so but
Decaying
still
memories
you can
yield
make a
fractured
decent
items with
item with
broken
that.
mods that are
Life, fire res, that's the dual mod with life, so you could do that. You could craft that yourself on that anyway,
locked
so
in
they
place.
just roll on. Yeah, I think that's what he does here. Yeah, just roll on some resist. Oh, yeah, exalt it. And then just craft life on that. Boom, you get 120 some life. Try res chest.
Consume these fractured items to synthesize new base types with custom implicit mods based on the fractured items you used.
So 3 chest. Strength, gain and endurance charge. So you're juggernaut and a chest piece. No big deal. Like that's pretty crazy. Like
Synthesis also contains a
I'm just curious to see how we figure out what pieces combine to make what. Like that's going to be really interesting. So like I feel like the crafting mechanic of this league is just going to be insane. So it's going to be really cool to actually look at and just see how
complete balance overhaul.
piece everything. Like now is that shooting out 2? That's really hard to
Spells and Path of Exile.
Yeah.
6 new Chaos and Holy spells.
There you go.
Significant incentives for handcasting,
Charge up and
including
boom.
several new support
See, that looks like 4.
gems.
Wait, was that kind of like a charge up and shoot and then it was just 2 at once? Maybe that was kind of like a charge up cast. And then that's the chaos one. Really interested in the chaos
Check
and
out
the
pathofexile.com/synthesis to learn more.
The like beam one that had like little arc from the from the divine stuff. Anyway, so synthesis, you encounter Kavas, cover the lost memories, new items, new gems, complete rebalance spells throughout Path of Exile, an integrated version of the Betrayal League, and much, much more. Awesome. So recover lost memories, help Kavas remember his past. Help Kavas remember his past. You will find fragments of his decaying memories throughout Rayclast. So I'm guessing that's the kind of sidebar of things you get to choose from. Fight your way through the monsters that inhabit his memories in order to Activate stabilizers before the memories collapse around you. Then bridge the void. Stabilized memory fragments can be pieced together to navigate. Oh, okay, so once you get them, then you can piece them together and go through them or something. Maybe that's what the placement is. So like you have these, and once you've done them, then you do them, or you place them, then do them, then get to the point. Probably something like that. So it's probably gonna be one of those. But seeing this though, that's pretty interesting. Okay, so fragments can only be explored a limited number of times before they collapse completely. So plan your path carefully. Okay, that's pretty cool. Distant memories. Within Kavas's distant memories are many types of valuable rewards. As you progress deeper within the recesses of his darkest memories, his mind starts to synthesize encounters with dangerous and twisted manifestations. So probably the cool boss. Okay, yeah, there's that one thing that, yeah. So pretty much you just find different rooms that are either bosses or probably just some pretty cool rewards, different encounters, pretty much delve type stuff. Seems like. Okay, fractured items. Here we go. Yeah, see, there's a bow with a pretty high fizz mod. Yeah, that's insane, kind of. Let's see what do we got here. Yeah, there's low ES and then crafted to have just flat ES and a high ES roll. That's pretty nutty. So the fractured items. So yeah, occasionally fractured items that have excellent locked mods result in much easier crafting. Okay, so the synthesize process here. So the synthesizer in the memory nexus lies the synthesizer, a powerful device that lets you destroy fractured items to create base type with custom implicit mods. These implicit mods are somewhat controllable by careful choice of input items to consume. Curse enemies with level 5 flammability on hit. That is insane. +1 max fire res, that's pretty intense. Onslaught. What? You just have onslaught from boots. Okay. That is wow, that's pretty. Wait. So do they have, are these mods different from enchantments with custom implicit mods? But that has an enchantment on it and it has onslaught. What? That is insane. That is crazy. So you can get a crazy helmet and then enchant it, or crazy gloves and then enchant them. Dude, the crafting this league is gonna be juicy. Okay. Spellcasting rebalance. Synthesis also contains a complete balanced overhaul of all spells in Path of Exile. 6 new chaos. Ooh, 6 new chaos. What? Ooh, I may be starting a cultist again. Only going chaos instead of gold. Yeah, I think I might be starting a cultist again. Chaos time. Okay, a holy spells and significant incentives for hand casting, including several new support gems. So it looks kind of like the fireball stuff was like casting multiple times. So I'm kind of curious. It's like a charge spell echo, or because it seemed like there was either 4 or 2 coming out. Actually, let's see if there's anything here in the images. We've also reworked Stormburst, Flame to okay, Storm Barrier support. That's also in there. That's cool. New support gem Unleash builds up power over time to have spellcast fire multiple times. Okay, so that's that whole like quadruple thing. Okay, so that's interesting. Spell focus. The support shifts from an area increase to a powerful damage multiplier as you repeatedly cast supported spells. Okay, so it shifts from an area increase, so the area is bigger, to a smaller area, and it gives you more damage. And it's a multiplier. Interesting. I like it. Okay, so new caster archetypes. New holy archetype features Path of Exile's first holy spells, including Divine Ire, Purifying Flame, and Wave of Conviction. I think Wave of Conviction might be the one I'm going for. Unless, no, I think it's Divine Ire. Yeah. Dealing lightning and physical damage when you stop channeling the energy is released. Yeah, I might be going for Divine Ire. Wave of Conviction. Massive wave of elemental force spreads out a large area, purging enemy resistances. If you put that on a totem then. Purifying Flame. Unleash a sudden blast that consecrates the ground. Okay. And sends out a purifying shockwave. Ooh. It's kind of cool. Let's look at some chaos stuff. Bane. Bane applies all linked curses and damage over time effects to enemies in an area, so it's pretty much like Contagion with benefits for each curse applied. Ooh, interesting. I'm gonna have to see that when it comes out. But again, looks like I'm playing a cult. This stuff's absurd. Soul Rend, unleash a projectile that weaves towards enemies and applies a deadly but short-lived damage over time effect around the projectile. With additional projectiles and increased duration, the skill can wipe out large groups of enemies. So, kind of like AoE Essence Drain, Malevolence, and Zealotry. Two new auras provide new reservation options for a wide variety of spellcasters. That was the vaguest one yet. Sounds good. Okay, let's see. Powerful new items. Okay, here we go. Let's see. We got dozen new divination cards. Contains 16 powerful new unique items. Ooh. Focus on impacting the way players play. Okay. Let's see. What do we got? Ooh, 3 annulment orbs. That's kind of cool. 2 implicit random unique item. Okay. The King's Path. It's kind of cool. Bottled Faith, consecrated ground. Okay, cool. So we got sulfur flask. Ooh, has triple radius from this flask. +2 crit strike chance against enemies on consecrated ground during the effect. So that just is more of the same effect again. So that's kind of cool. Enemies on consecrated ground you create during effect take 10% increased damage. So that's a 10% more multiplier. That's pretty cool. Gonna have to look at Inquisitor here on this one. Maybe. It's been a little while, so I can go back. Okay, so what is this? So percent increased cold damage and percent increased lightning damage. So I'm guessing it might go up to 20 on each with cast speed, and it has increased elemental damage per 1% cold res or per 1% lightning res above 75%. That's actually a lot of damage because I can easily get like say 110 or 115. What is that? So let's see, that's 35. Let's just say 30. So that's 600%. That increase of damage is insane. Like you could get 200 uncapped either of those. And if you're doing, let's just say you go overboard and then you use a wise oak, that's just more resist and it's your highest, so that's more pin. Yeah, that's pretty nutty. What? So you do that times 100, it's 2,000%. Yeah, that's insane. That is insane. Like, I'm guessing that's the rare scepter of the league. That, yeah, that is crazy. Wow. Okay. Feel like that might get nerfed by the time the league comes out. Like that is crazy. That is absurd. Increased damage over time. Lightning res. Yes. Evasion. Shock. Enemies you kill are shocked. Okay. Shocks you inflict spread to other enemies within the radius. Okay, so you got shock proliferation and on something that dies. Okay, so that's cool. Clearing gloves, I guess. That's kind of interesting. I wonder though if they're shocked, is it like 10% like some of the other shocks are? I'd be curious to know how that actually just a 10% shock or what kind of shock is it? And much more. Cool. Synthesis also includes many other improvements. The content from December's Betrayal expansion has been integrated into the core game. The layout of the Atlas of Worlds has been shifted once again, and a lot of Path of Exile's music has been overhauled. Cool. So yeah, the first week of March. Okay. I went ahead and brought up the supporter packs just because to look at them. I mean, those are the two. You got Crow, Evil Crow, and Light. So let's see here. Sunstone, you got the portal and the sword. Sword effects look pretty much the same, only with that effect. So kind of cool. The portal though looks pretty awesome. That looks pretty cool. Yeah. And then there's the full set if you get the $60 version. A little too rich for my blood there on that one, but same thing. I actually like the other portal better, but there's the Crow one, kind of cool, I guess. So this is Doom Crow. Kind of reminds me of the Crow stuff from Heroes of the Storm. You have a Devoto's helmet. That's funny. Um, hmm. I mean, this one just kind of looks dark, I guess. It's not as flashy as the other one, but if you kind of like the darker stuff, it's pretty cool. I like the weapon effect looks pretty cool, but I mean, you can get that in just the $30 one. But again, not my thing, but I support them by buying a few stash tabs and stuff. So that's my way to support. Some of these though would be cool to have sometimes. Like I wonder if the core ones, those were crazy, but I mean 60, 100, 160, 240, 480. Man, that's a lot of money. Anyway, so yeah, anyway, that's gonna be it. I'll go ahead and probably try to finish up a couple of builds that I'm working on before the end of the league. Hopefully I can get those done. I don't have that much time, but hey, we'll give it a go. I mainly want to just try to get my current Storm brand build done, which I'm ready to do Shaper or Elder as it is. Gonna go probably do that next time I play, and then go on to quick cast on crit build. I'm gonna try some cast on crit dark pack to see if I can make that work before the league ends. And yeah, then I'll probably do some theory crafting and maybe see if I'm interested in doing a race this coming league. So I'll probably try to either practice that or decide whether I want to try one of these new skills or do both at the same time. That'd be kind of interesting. But yeah, anyway, thanks for watching. If you have any comments, leave them down below. I'm really curious to see other people's opinions and what they think, especially with some of the new skills and kind of what kind of builds are going to be coming out. That's going to be really cool. I also stream on twitch.tv/EG_Magnum. And yeah, hope to see you there as well. But yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Peace.